In 2008, mostly the whole internet was 4chanified and dark edgy humor was extremely normal. So when one GameFAQs user by the name of Jedi Knight 12345 made a topic on the current events subforum asking if he should burn his local church and school down for a bit, users immediately chimed in encouraging him. With his eyes set on a laugh and a tiny bit of post cloud, the forum had no idea what they set off. This is the story of Jedi Knight 12345 of GameFAQs and the Mission Hill Baptist Church burning.
Pastor gave me the call that the church was on fire. Shock, horror, fire pretty much just took out everything. It's done.
This is how it's believed to have all started, here on this website, GameFAQs.com. Standing where the sanctuary used to be, Associate Pastor and School Principal Jeremiah Lewis searches for answers as to why one of his own would do such a thing to a church and school.
It's still hard to come to grips with the fact that one of my students was capable of this.
Hey, this is Gene Sleeper and I do videos mostly on 2000s web forum users. Today's video is on another arson story, but this time from GameFAQs. Finding archives on GameFAQs posts can be a difficult task. The web forums themselves, the wiki, and a fan-made archive were all wiped years ago. I managed to collect a large bank of reactions, images, and news stories about the event, but as far as I know, the moderators wiped the original topic before anyone could archive it. From a collection of responses and quotes from articles about the event, I understood it to read something like this. User Jedi Knight made a topic on the current event subforum asking if he should burn down the church and school which he attends for the lulz, to which the users heavily encouraged him. I'll give GameFAQs the benefit of the doubt and assume a couple people discouraged him, but from the news articles and post-mortem reflection posts users were making, it seemed like it was heavily encouraged by the majority of users. There's also this one post that said that user Jedi Knight was mentally disabled, which I'm not sure what to make of because I haven't seen any other posts refer to him that way, but I figured I should include that also. He came back a few hours later and said it was done, uploading a series of pictures he took from his phone. I really dug to find a better quality, but even the archived wiki dimensions were only 371 by 294, so I apologize these are so bad. It's 2008. The first picture posted shows 4CE written in marker, and if I'm being honest is the clearest and only of the three text images I understand. CE being current events, obviously paying homage to the forum he's posting on. The second image shows him stuffing rolled up towels into the oven. One of the four smaller fires he claimed to have started to make the larger fire. The third and fourth images are more text pictures. I believe the third says I am something, but I can't make out the acronym, and to be honest, I'm totally lost on the fourth. I did see one post saying that he wrote some 4chan shit all over, but I definitely don't see anything or read anything like that from these images. My best bet are that they are acronyms to either some user, subforum, or forum group, but let me know if you have any thoughts. The 5th, 6th, and 7th image show three fires that Jedi Knight started, from stacking Bibles on top of each other and then burning them. And the final picture is a selfie in the mirror. Despite the pictures, the overwhelming amount of the community still did not believe Jedi Knight, although now applauding him for the lengths he went to for the troll topic. It did, however, worry the mods enough to delete and scrub the topic, but leave Jedi Knight unbanned. Mostly going quiet, things would bubble up again at 5 AM when a user made a follow-up topic. Did that guy go ahead and burn that church down? His next post would follow up with what I'm guessing are more pictures, but this time of the actual blaze itself. Because when one user asked if he actually took those pictures, he replied stating that they were from the news and he was long gone by the end. Remember this news company because they will become relevant in a little bit. It was 5 AM, so I'm not sure if the mods were asleep, but these new updates set off a large response before the thread closed. Unfortunately, the only archive I could find was from the front page, but I can assume the posts were a ton of holy shits and then a bunch of people arguing about it. Now remember that news organization? One of the forum users reached out to them with pictures of the thread, which they would turn over to the police. The next day, a brand new user would make a topic. I work at a TV station. We just covered the church fire and this board.
News received information that this fire was no accident. It led us to websites where the suspect bragged about burning a church down, then posted visual proof of what he claimed to have done. We obtained copies of the posted messages and pictures and contacted local authorities with that information. Among the most startling pictures is the one the suspect apparently took of himself inside the church.
The poster writes, "Hello, I was posting on here for a while last night. I'm a TV news photographer for WGEM. We were contacted by someone from here yesterday who gave us information about someone posting about a huge church fire. We gave this information to the authorities, which directly resulted in an arrest. You can see the story here." I really tried to pull an archive of this from anywhere, and it's gone pretty much everywhere. The news organization itself took it off, and it was never archived on any archive website. I couldn't find any screenshots or anything, so I really apologize for having nothing from this actual article. Anyway, the post continues. "We also got a statement from CNET/GameSpot, thanks to those that I was talking with last night. Also, if you look closely, you may see something you wrote. Thanks again, and thanks for handling the situation like adults." I will definitely say I'm not entirely sure they should have written that last line if they had the full context. Nonetheless, the news reporter was initially treated with skepticism, but proved his authenticity to the forum by editing in 3 dots at the end of the article. This not only solidified that the story was completely legitimate, but also that Jedi Knight had been arrested for the arson. This set the forum into a tailspin, with people wondering what the punishment was. And what was it? Although the crime of arson carries a 5 to 30-year jail sentence in Missouri, Jedi Knight served absolutely no time in prison. Although details were never made public, there are 2 running speculations. One, that because he was a minor, and possibly with mental conditions such as that one poster pointed out, the judge was sympathetic and sent him into a program instead of prison. The other, that honestly makes the most sense to me, was that the church was sympathetic to him, stating once before that they were surprised it was one of their own and chose not to press full charges, instead opting for a rehabilitation program instead of a prison sentence.
Lewis knows the 15-year-old student accused of arson well.
My wife and I took him to Arizona with us on student convention last year. Spent 2 weeks camping out with him and enjoying his company. And he was always the life of the party, always one you could rely on to cheer everybody up when they were down. And then this happens.
Jedi Knight is one mostly unknown guy on a mostly dead web forum, but I think the parallel takeaway to now is important. A handful of replies and encouragement sent this teen to go burn a church to receive a handful of replies calling him epic. With internet centralization around social media and streaming platforms, these antics for tiny web forums have expanded to become monetizable empires, not only giving people millions of views, comments, likes, but also providing a huge monetary benefit. I don't want to be overly pessimistic, but I do think we're far from seeing the worst of kick streamers and the like. Anyway, this has been a couple of dark topics about arson in 2008 recently, so I'm going to do something a little goofy next time. Thank you so much, and again, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. Thank you. Trying out a couple different narration styles to see what works for me. The last one felt kind of too monotone and true crimey, so let me know what you think in the comments. I'm also a brand new channel, so I'd really appreciate a sub or any feedback or thoughts you have about really anything. I have a couple short stories I'm working on that are more 3 to 5 minute things. Not totally sure if I should release those as standalones or string them together in a longer compilation video. I don't know if anyone has any thoughts. Anyway, appreciate it. See you next time.